Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I'm in my car in a different location that you probably have not seen. Some of you have seen, because some of you have been with me when I mailed something at the post office. I am almost at my post office. I parked here because I'm about to mail things in the big blue mailbox, but I thought I'd let you know who's getting something. First, let me just show you the post office. There's the Sanford, Maine post office, and there's the big blue box that I'm about to approach. And this is the Goodall Mansion. Goodall was the guy who just did a whole lot for this town with the mills and all that, and I don't know if somebody still lives there. It was supposed to become a historical place. I think it is. I've never been in the Goodall Mansion, but I have seen a tour of it. A long time ago, they had like a special on PBS or whatever, and they showed the inside. I just love old houses like that. I know it was just privately owned for a while. I know the family, but I'm not going to say, but I remember like who owned it. And then there was a time where, I don't know if the town took over, but anyway, that's the Goodall Mansion. And there was a lot of homes around here that he built, like one for his daughter, which has since been torn down, and some other ones for relatives, things like that. And, boring! Okay, ooh, scared me. So, here's the deal. I'm at the post office because I don't have enough postage stamps for the packages for the Fabric Frenzy that are flat enough and weigh little enough that I can put postage stamps instead of having to do the first class package rate. It can go as first class flats. I forgot to order stamps, and I also forgot to order priority mail envelopes, and I ran out last night. And I also forgot to order my manila envelopes. I'm hoping I have enough. I think I do. I had to come today to get some high value, like $1 and $2 postage stamps, and I just hope they have some. I hate so much going in there and talking to them. They never really seem to know what's going on, and they never seem to have high value postage stamps. You know, I might end up having to just buy a ton of 49-cent stamps and just putting them all over the packages. All right, so I thought while I am coming here, I was going to at least mail, you know, this size envelopes. And the reason I'm going to put them in the box and not take them in with me is because they'll always be like, oh, let me check these for you. And then I'm in there for 20 friggin' minutes for them to weigh each one. And I don't want to do that. So I just put them all in the box and they pick them up and then they just ship them. They don't have to do all this conversating with me. Conversating? Is that a word? I made one up. So I thought I'm going to let you know who's getting something. Jennifer M. from Alabama. Kim from Arizona. Luella from Pennsylvania. Linda from North Carolina. Janice from California. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I'm so sorry. Samira? I'm terribly sorry if I'm butchering that. From South Carolina. Gotten to know her a little bit. Very nice. Can I call you Sam? Hi, Sam. That's probably insulting to you. I don't know. Geraldine from South Carolina. Melinda from Oregon. Oregon? Oregon. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to pronounce that, and I always do it the wrong way. Do I have to have this choking me for the moment here? I don't think so. Caitlin from Pennsylvania. Rosie from Indiana. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Cynthia from M.O. Is it Montana? Missouri? I think it's Montana. And last but not least, Mary from Vegas, Nevada. That's just the small things that I have packaged. I believe there's 12, and I have I think 17 of the bigger packages done. I don't know if I'm about halfway there. So the bigger packages, the weather has cleared up, so I will put those out for tomorrow's pickup, and then I'll let you know in the Peanut Gallery Facebook group, you know, if I have everything out or if there will be another pickup on Thursday. But those names that I just read, your stuff is going in the mail, but it's not priority, so it could take a little bit. And let me just put these in the box, go in there and get stamps and mailers, and then I'm going to Rogers, and I'll talk to you there. I don't know if you remember the big mountain of snow that I showed you a while back behind Rogers. Well, that's what it's down to. There's really no snow anywhere, but it takes a while for a big mountain to melt. I didn't have the red light on. Now I do. I'm behind Rogers. So far, everything has gone great. I wanted to hit Dollar Tree too, but I can save that for another day. First of all, I forgot to bring my list. Now, I could just go up and down the aisles and trigger my memory, but I don't want to do that because I'll end up picking up a whole bunch of other things that I don't need if I do that. And also, I really still have a lot of packages to get ready. And now I'm equipped. I have the stuff I need, so I think it's best that I just go home. I'm going to show you my Rogers haul because I ended up buying, you know, a few things. And then I'll show you my post office haul. Huh? Is that too excite or what? Milk, or as I used to call it when I was a baby, Lala. I don't know why. It's pronounced le in French, but I used to call it Lala. And water was Lulu. I just remember that. Not when I was a baby, but, you know, a little older, like, you know, maybe 40. Okay, Smiley's milk is state minimum, and I don't know how much I paid, but I will look at my receipt when I get to it. I got 2 gallons because I'm tired of running out of milk, and sometimes I let myself run out. Do not like that. So what I do is I freeze milk. I love frozen milk, and I'll tell you why in a momento, so stick around. You don't want to miss that. I'm in a weird mood today. I'm happy because Frenzy is almost over. Taxes are complete, and my new laptop was delivered. Please, everybody cross your toes and eyes. I won't make you cross your fingers because you need them to type comments to me. I hope this is the laptop I end up keeping. I have a feeling it won't be. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, freezing milk. I have like various Cane's mayo jars, plastic jars, because my mother is a mayo whore, and I fill those with milk. You know, I'll leave about this much, leave them room to freeze and expand, and then I take the milk out of the freezer and put it on the counter for a little bit. And what I love about it is as the milk thaws, the cream part thaws first, and the ice is like mostly just the water. So I get that delicious richness, and it's whole milk, the delicious richness of the cream part in my coffee. Then of course, as it melts more, I get, you know, more like the low-fat form of milk, but it's all good, and I do love, and then I don't run out of milk. So I'm going to at least freeze, you know, as many mayo jars as I can, and then I always have milk available, and if I want, I can just put one in the fridge. It can take like 3 days for it to thaw, you know, to the point where you can pour if you put it in the fridge. So I just usually leave it on the counter for a little bit. So that's that. Interesting, wasn't it? Today was Deli Turkey Day, $2.99 per pound. I wanted Sunday, Bologna Day at $1.79 per pound. Did not go out, weather was bad. Yesterday, Monday, was Ham Day, $2.49 per pound. Did not go out, weather was worse. Nice today. So I got deli turkey for $2.99 per pound. You know, it's just white turkey meat like this. It's quite delish, and I got 3 pounds, 3 1-pound packages. I got my mother some liver. I love liver too, so liver alert if you don't want to see liver. It is $2.69 per pound. I paid $1.71, and it's beef liver, and it's so freaking tender and delish. We love liver, and I have discovered that I will cook both of these, and I can just freeze the one that is cooked for my mother, and she said it thawed perfectly. It was tender just like I had just cooked it. So that's good to know in case you need to freeze some liver. I picked up some pork chops. Just said to my mother, I don't know, maybe yesterday, oh, you haven't had pork chops in a while. And I can eat pork chops too. Now they had 2 packages, both $1.99 per pound. And the other one was like the more lean pork chops. And this one had, you know, the marbled pork chops, which I like. These are the kind they put like in the assorted pork chop family packs or whatever, and those are the ones I like the best. So I paid $6.71 for this. I don't like to pay $1.99 for pork chops, but hey, I was here, I bought some. So that's what they look like. See, these 2 front ones are the more lean ones. They put those in the front because that's usually what people want. But I like these guys back here. Where are you? Those are the best. I must rebag. Hold on. I bought a pound of carrots here, 89 cents. I can't remember what I pay at Walmart, but I put a recipe on my blog today, carrot pineapple slaw, and I have canned pineapple at home. So I think I'm going to make my mother that slaw. She has raisins. Oh, it calls for yogurt, but she will prefer it with some mayo and vinegar and sugar, just like a regular coleslaw dressing that she likes. She'll actually prefer that to yogurt. But the recipe was carrots, pineapple, raisins, and pina colada yogurt, 1 little 6-ounce thingy. You can always go to my blog. I have recipes almost every day. But for hers, I'm also going to chop up some cabbage that I still have for her. So it'll be like a coleslaw, but I'm going to make it heavy on carrots and add some pineapple. Anxious to do that. I don't know if I will record it. Maybe I will. You never know. I got her snowballs, and likey so. They used to be $1, but they're $1.19 now. But I like to get her something when I come to Rogers. So that's what I picked up today. And then the reason I was here is for my 10 pounds of ground beef. And it is $2.99 per pound this time. And yeah, I never even checked. I hope they never go over $2.99. Sometimes it's $2.89. Doesn't matter. I needed some ground beef. You know what? I'm thinking of going to just ground beef for a while. Just that much easier. I don't have to slice my steak. Please don't have me have the butcher slice the meat. Every time I say, I could save time by not slicing the beef. I don't want the beef pre-sliced. I just think that would dry out or not be as good. And when I buy roasts, I'll buy like 30 pounds at a time, and I don't think any guy at Hannaford or wherever is going to want to slice that much meat. So, but I was just thinking how much easier it would be to just eat 2 or 3 pounds of ground beef per day with still some bacon ends or a pork chop now and then. I don't know. There's times that I get tired of ground beef. Right now I'm in a ground beef mood. It's because I was deprived and didn't have any yet today. I'm going to say, I didn't have any yesterday. I found one in the freezer, but it didn't thaw in time. All right, I'm very hyper today. Can you tell? Post office haul. I went to the PO and got a variety of stamps. Do you want to see? These are $1.15 value, and I got 2 sheets of those, and these are the dollar value. And I wanted 5 sheets, and she had 2 off a sheet, so I got 48 in all of those. And then these are 71-cent value, and I have a lot of like 30-something, 20-something, the 3 cents, 1 cent, 2 cent, all that stuff. But just this came up to, jeez, I was surprised. Is it right even? $113.60. $48 worth of the dollar ones. How the hell did that come up to that much? Let me look. Panic attack. I got 20 of the $1.15 ones. That's 23. You know, I've done this all my life. I think that I paid too much for something and then I panic. And then I got 60 of the ones that are 71 cents. That was 42. And then 48 of the dollar ones, 48. Yep, that's all right. And that's just for, like, the packages that you saw me mail. And then, of course, that's not all I pay for shipping for the Fabric Frenzy stuff. All the priority, like this is a priority mail envelope, and if you get one this size, this is not the legal size. They have a legal size that's a little bit wider. This is $6.70, and the legal size, I believe, is maybe $7 now. They just went up, and it's usually 30 cents more. You can put a lot more, though, in the legal size, that little bit of extra room. So I mail, you know, a lot of the orders and things like this, and then if it doesn't fit in this, it goes into a flat rate box. I like the flat rate things. I don't have to deal with, you know, weighing everything and all that stuff. And it's surprising how much I can fit into here. And I do want to say that some people are confused because it says flat rate envelope, and they say, but how come you used that? It wasn't flat. My order wasn't flat. These envelopes, it's not that the package has to be flat, it's that the rate is flat, meaning whatever you can stuff in here, as long as you can close it and not have it, you know, beyond what it's able to do, the rate is flat. So it would be $6.70. If you want to put a tennis ball in here, as long as you can fold it over and stick this, you can use the envelope. The envelope doesn't have to be flat. As opposed to when you are, geez, I don't have an example now, but you know the manila envelopes I showed you? Those, a lot of those are being sent as flats. You can send as a flat, which is like a step above letter. First there's letters, and there's requirements for those, and then there's flats, which mean they can be like usually the 6x9 all the way up to like the 9x12 envelopes. But that has to be flat and can't have more than a 1/4 inch variance. So if I sent somebody a coloring book, but then I stuck a box of crayons, a little tiny flat box, or even just a pen, that is more than a 1/4 inch variance. So now that becomes a package. Flats are cheaper than packages. And I know all these things because I try to send the least expensive way possible. That is why some of you guys will get a manila envelope and and it can't be more than 3/4 of an inch thick total. So that's why some of you guys will get a manila envelope. Like you might have purchased a 1/2 yard of fabric, and I will have folded that in a way that it will fit in that envelope and be as even as possible, so I can send it as a flat, as opposed to if I were to fold it and make it like a little ball this thick. If I put that in the envelope, now there's going to be a variance, and even though it might not be over 3¼ inches, there might be a variance, like part of the envelope will be completely flat, and then there's that bump of fabric. Now that's a package, and it's usually at least $1 more if you go from flat to package for the same amount of ounces. Now you got your post office education, but that is why you'll see, you know, really weird foldings, or sometimes I will actually take a stack of like pre-cuts and split those into various little baggies so I can mail it as a flat. And you might think how weird that is. Why does she have just 5 pieces per baggie? It's because I want the flat, not the flat rate, because that's talking about the flat rate. I want it to be able to be sent as a flat and have that not as a package. Does that make sense? Can I stop talking about this now? Okay, I guess I'm going to go home and start making flat packages out of fabric for you guys. I will indeed have them pick something up tomorrow. I won't be reading the names to you. Maybe I can. Who knows? Do you guys like that? Let me know. And I would never read your full name. And, there's some interesting facts about the frenzy that you will find completely boring. And I can't remember them, but for instance, when I get all those invoices that I showed you, I have to sort those. Like there might be 5 invoices in that stack by the same person. So obviously I have to group it all by people's names so that I can package everything all at once. So there was a lot of invoices. So what I do is first I just look at the first name and I just make a pile of like everything that starts with G, everything that starts with S by the first name or the first letter of a business name if it's a business name. I used to just do it by name. I actually can remember pretty good about like if I put this, Susan here and then Betty here. And I would do that like all on every space that I can find in my house, my ironing board, my desk, my tables. And so if I come up with Susan, I'm like, oh yeah, she's over there on the ironing board. So this time though, I thought it's going to be easier to do it by alphabet. By just the whole the letter of the first name. So I made a pile of S, a pile of M. And here's the interesting fact. This is so ridiculous. Why? Why do I even bother talking? Of the 26 letters in the alphabet, I only used 17. And I don't remember what letters there were, but, there was like, for instance, maybe, nothing that started with U. And there was one that started with B. But I just, I just was curious as to, like, how many letters of the alphabet did I use up? And the letter P, if your name starts with P, your first name, you guys rock the orders. That stack was like that. No, it wasn't like that because even the whole pile was like maybe not quite that tall. But the P's like really came in first place. I believe I had 3 Patricias. And W had just one name, but 2 different people. 2 different people named Wendy. There was one Darlene in the mix. My favorite customer name. All right, I really have to go now because I can see my retention rate just dropping on this video like right about now. Everybody's like leaving it. Okay, if you didn't leave yet, put in the comments butter. Put the word butter in the comments. People will be like, what the hell are they friggin' talking about? One word, butter, in the comments. And that way I'll know you made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back with more soon. Soon. I promise. Bye.